everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tane Talks. I am your host, Tane, here to talk about the Love Island Season 8 finale. And here with me is Toma. She is back again to talk and wrap up the bow on Love Island Season 8 with me. Hi, Toma. How are you doing?
Hi, Tane. I'm doing well. I mean, after that episode, what do we even say? But I'm so glad to be back.
This episode should be an hour. I mean, they've gotten rid of the vows, thankful. They've gotten rid of the money thing, thankful. Although I have a question about that. That money thing of choosing and all that kind of stuff is the reason why, to me, was like a checks and balance for
Mhm.
no rigging, no rigging the votes and all. But does that still count, or just the fact that there's a monetary prize still counts as a checks and balance?
I mean, I did love that idea, even though it was rarely, would be very
Yeah.
rare for somebody to act upon it. I did see like people talking about Melanie having that option this season, and it got me
She would
thinking about it
never.
again. And I was like, she would never. But in my mind, it was like, okay, wait, that aspect of it really is not. It doesn't play a large part typically because they all
Yeah.
feel bad and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna share. So I
Yeah.
think it's weird because I think psychologically it's not people are not prone to choosing to not
Mhm.
that would be like almost villainous behavior. And then at this point too, they know what they're risking in terms of the social media careers of it all, the brand deals, X, Y, and Z. But I think just the monetary prize in general, I don't think that helps with checks and balances because like we see somebody like Zach who feels like, like who he's like he wants to play the game even if he's like he doesn't need the money kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't miss it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I actually went back to check, and I was like, "Wait, did I miss it?" Because I fast forwarded through some things that were taking too long,
I
and
wanted
I
to
was like,
see that. I wanted to.
"Did I miss it?" But I'm like, "No, I didn't miss it. They just, didn't have it." But, anyways, the season is wrapped up, and before we get into it, I want to remind you guys. You guys know that I was formerly a Married at First Sight podcast. That's my baby. It's always gonna have a special place in my heart, and it is back. It came back today on Sunday, and I think they're trying to get over the leftover people or cure the hangover for Love Island viewers. I don't see the crossover. I don't think they're doing enough to get people
Yeah.
to switch over, but it is on Peacock if you're interested, if you're looking for something to fill the gap. Married at First Sight is back. The premiere is out streaming now, and then it's going back to Thursdays. There's going to be episodes every Thursday, so I will be covering it as always. Like I tell you guys, I'm going to have rotating guests, some of them past MAFS participants, and you can get ad-free and video episodes on patreon.com/Tane Talks. And I'm running a special for the month, the entirety of the month that MAFS is streaming, 50% off your first month. So you can check that out. You can also get a gift for your friend or just support the pod. And if you don't want to, that's okay. I still appreciate you guys. So wanted to get that out the way before we get into the finale. So the finale starts with the opening intro song. And Tom, I gotta tell you, that song is stuck in my head. It's an earworm for me, and I'm just, let me like you say
It
you do.
is. I don't know why, but I can't every time.
Shout out to Mariah Carey. Like, there's no way, that's her original, I guess. I think was her song. Yes. So it has been an eventful final week for the Islanders. Family stopped by. People had not so great family visits. People were voted out. People were interpreting After Sun differently because I think I'm crazy. You watched After Sun, right?
I did. I didn't watch every single episode, but I
Okay.
really tried to get as much in as I could just because of the discourse.
Yeah. So the last episode, TT said, they asked, "Are you guys going to be friends with everyone?" Everyone said yes. TT said no. And
Mhm.
everyone took that as she meant one of the girls. It could be the core four. She was using them for clout. And earlier she had said, like, it started off rocky. I'm not going to lie. But by the end, they embraced me. It was nice. We're cool. We're good. And how everyone skipped to she's using them for clout and she hates them. I'm like, you guys heard her tell Zach, like, sir, you don't talk to me at all,
Yeah.
right? So why would she be friends with her? And then also, in a case of, I don't know, is it weird if she's friends with Anaya? Like, can they actually be like friends when they share an ex?
Well, Well, one, I just didn't really understand fully what people were saying is that she was trying to come for the core four.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't privy to like whatever, continuing issues that they may have, but whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that way. But with Anaya and TT, I really don't think they need to have beef. I feel like
Yeah.
I would understand if they maybe don't feel like they want to be the best of friends. But
Yes.
at the same time, yes, technically they shared X, but I think everyone can acknowledge at this point Anaya and Casey were not right for each other.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just don't think that Casey is really would be a good boyfriend anyway. I hate that for TT, but I'm just being honest. Like, I mean, I she likes it, so it happens
Yeah.
for her, but yeah, I don't see what would be the continuing issue there.
Yeah, and I just like just the reality of life. Everyone doesn't get along. Everyone doesn't click. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but everyone's like, "Oh, she's, her brand deals, it's going to affect her." And we're going to get into this later, but all this talk about brand deals,
Yeah.
like it's just so annoying. Like even Teffy, I like that Teffy said the thing about stop saying leave this man because I had even put that on threads. Like, how is Melanie going to feel like you're coming here? It's almost like making a mockery of her
Yeah.
decisions. It's not the best, but why are brands hopping on that?
Yeah.
Like, ew, it's
I
icky.
agree. It's very like I don't want to use too strong of words, but it sometimes it can feel a little predatory just because
Yeah,
she was in the villa when this is all happening. And
yeah,
when I saw the amount of brands, at first I thought it was just like one or two jokes. And we know how brands have been on the internet lately trying to
yeah,
connect with like young people or whatever
yeah, yeah,
and make it like we're friends kind of vibe versus an actual like brand. So I know that's a thing. But when I saw the sheer amount, specifically calling out Melanie, I'm like, you're taking it too far.
yeah. It's too far, and just everything. And I think we're seeing the evolution of Love Island, like even with the family visit that was sponsored by, was it Coffee Mate? There
Yeah.
was that, and then I'm like, by season 10, every challenge is going to be by a different product, and we're just going to see that. And it's just, can we just keep the show pure? But I know I'm asking for too much,
I
but
know. You and me both.
yeah, it is what it is. So, not going to lie to you guys, I did not vote for the final vote. They eliminated the people, and I'm like, I don't care who wins. I'm done. I'm out. Deleted the app, and I was done for the season. I was just gonna watch the finale. How about you?
So I do have to admit, I am right there alongside you, but be honest, I was thinking, okay, I should vote, but I was so
Yeah,
exhausted by the end of it. I just like
yeah,
I couldn't even like pull myself to get into that app again. I was just like, you know what? Whatever's gonna happen. And I think also we're just at such a different point with Love Island where like
yeah.
I just feel like I've been watching this show for so long, and I'm not putting anyone down for being new to
Mhm.
it. I think it's cool that like people who I would never be able to talk to about this show are now involved. However,
Yeah,
because of all the changes and just where it's at now, for me, it's not top priority to be like voting.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
more so, yeah. I just feel like also like I look at it as in a different lens than maybe some people that are just kind of like seeing it for the first time, just, after watching for so many years and having so many like analysis and like
yeah,
opinions,
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. And also, I mean, thank God it's not an important vote, so it's not the
Yeah,
same thing. But I'm like, my vote doesn't matter. It hasn't mattered all season. So
yeah,
what is the point? So
exactly.
we've said Brinity was going to be the winner for like weeks now. So nothing was going to change anyway. So yeah, so that's where I was with that. And I mean, going back to the final elimination, I think because we were expecting the votes to be the same as before, because honestly, what changed in days? You would think that Zach and Kata would be at the bottom again. So because they knew that we were expecting that, I knew that KC and TT were done,
Oh, yeah, that's a good
that
point.
they were going to do a switcheroo on us because they were making it seem like, oh my God, what happened with this? Because we all knew like Kenzie and Dylan were gone. That was a given, but it was between Kada and KC. But because it was like, I like logically, it should be the same thing because it was just days in
Yeah.
between that. So I don't know what would have switched, but I knew that they were going to say, even them expected them to be leaving, but that didn't happen. So,
Yeah.
um, and it's so funny because we're watching Zach in his final speech still mention Bryce. before mentioning Kata. Like,
every time, and that's why I started to get more and more annoyed because it just feels so forced. Maybe
yeah.
these are his genuine feelings, but it's getting to a point. Like, focus on Kata, please. It's just too much.
I mean, I was so mad that even during Trinity and Bryce's family meeting, he came over to
Yes.
them, but Bryce wasn't with Zach's family, so it's just like it's not one sided, but it's just annoying. And later down, he just doesn't know. He doesn't know how to read a room. He just always inserts himself and doesn't let them have the moment. And I'm like, stop, Zach.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I do think Bryce and Trinity had the best family visit. Like everything, they're both families just meshed so well
Mhm.
for me, and I was like, "Oh, this is really nice." But what did you think about the family
No,
visits? Who
I
did you
thought the
think?
same thing, and I actually, like, I think I posted on Threads about it, and people were like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you should have seen he was genuine the whole time," because I said something to the effect of, like, it made me feel more apt to want
Yeah,
to, like,
yeah,
vote for them both because in my
yeah,
it was Trinity down. Like, I love Trinity. I want
yeah,
for her. I think she's amazing as a person and she deserves it. We don't have a strong final four that I'm interested in. And
yeah.
like at that point, you have to vote for who you think makes the most sense in certain ways.
Mhm.
So anyway, yeah, so I was just thinking like I never had full confidence in Bryce, full confidence in Trinity, and like in confidence, I mean, I always wanted to support her and see her win. So I felt like I was excited when I saw their families mesh so well because you never know how that's going to
Yeah.
go. Like in some
Mhm.
sense, the families were at the final. They're going to try to be supportive if they can, but also with this dynamic specifically that Trinity and Bryce were both worried about not being each other's types and stuff,
Yeah.
it could be one of those things where it's like, no offense, but his family might be like not
Mhm.
open to, you
Mhm.
don't
Mhm.
know how that's going to play out. So I thought it was awesome that it felt very natural and authentic and like
Yeah.
cute and sweet to see. Like I loved that their families actually connected and they both had like both the women in their family coming out to support them and then
Yeah.
Bryce's grandmother being so Team Trinity. Like I just thought that was so cute.
Yeah, and we talked about it the last time you were on the pod.
Yeah.
Guys, PTSD exists. So we are always second guessing. Trinity expressed herself correctly throughout, and that's why her journey was up and down. And when I was on Kendrick's podcast, I think I said the same thing because it was early beginnings. And I was like, I do think they like each other. I'm not sure about Bryce, but I know for Trinity, she's not sure or did not expect to like someone in that package. But there
Mhm.
was something about him that she was drawn to. And that was the same thing with Alondra. If you go back, she says, I just wasn't sure if he would
Yeah.
like someone like me. So it's there. It's unfortunate, but it's there. So I'm glad they came to a place where, you know, they're comfortable with each other, they express each other, they like each other, and it's reciprocated.
Yeah,
That's very important.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So with Sincere, his daddy gave him a shakedown. My problem with Sincere is like he just doesn't seem remorseful and he's just so sure that Melanie's going to stick by him. So it is what it is. She likes it. I love it. There's nowhere else to go
Yeah,
from there.
that's really it. Like, there's nothing else we can say or do because I don't know, he kind of scares me, especially now that he's so shut down in
Yeah.
terms of like it feels like he's just like riding the wave. He's just like
Yeah.
the only real emotion we saw towards the end of it was
Yeah.
to Casey
Jason.
leaving. Like
Yeah.
we didn't like so
Yeah.
it's just really hard for me to think he's not just it's going in one ear and out the other, you know?
Yeah. And I don't we're enablers. I'm just saying we because
Yes.
we voted for listen, when they did the four thing, guys, who were we supposed to vote for? We had to vote for four. So I'm sure in that they
Exactly.
were voted for. And I just hate that they think like America sees what we're having. What
Yeah.
no, we don't. We were boxed into it.
Yeah. We had no choice, like
um and we get the recap of the season going back to the finale, and I do love how Ian, maybe he heard the chatter of everyone saying where are the bombshells, and he was like, we went through the season and bombshell after bombshell after bombshell, and then the boats, there were more bombshells. I'm like, don't make it seem like we had so many.
yeah,
I'm sorry, stop
exactly.
it. So we see all the couples geek out about making the top four, or I guess the core four, as everyone says, and it's time for them to go on their final dates. Melanie and Sincera first, and you know, apparently this is who everyone wants to win per After Sun because they asked them, who do you want to win? And
Yeah.
everyone except Dylan, because he's friends with Carl, said Carl and I, and everyone else said Melanie and Sincere. And I'm like, my goodness,
Yeah. That
we must be
was
seeing something else.
yeah, for sure. I was actually pretty surprised by that.
So Melanie looked so cute in her yellow two-piece fit that she was wearing. It was actually a cover up. I actually thought it was an actual outfit, but it was like a cover
Oh,
up.
I didn't realize
Um,
that, but she looked so cute. She always looks so cute. I love her
she does.
style.
She does. She does. She wears clothes well.
She
Let's put it that
does. She
way.
really
So
knows how to wear clothes. You're right.
yeah. So they had their actual names on a boat, and Ian lists all these things that they've been through, met the family, they yelled at each other, they made her cry, and yet this is their first date. I'm like, Ian.
I laughed. I can't lie. I was like, I cannot with him. Like that was pretty hilarious.
So their date looks like, when you go to, is it the Maldives, where there's like all these little huts that are on the water, but it's not a hut. It's like I don't know what to call it, but
A floating platform or what do they call it? A floating. I think there's a name for it. I can't
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, there probably is, but basically they're having a massage on the water, and then they go there and there's only one massage table, and I cannot believe that Sincere was just like, hop on the table. They rock, paper, scissors that shit? No.
I'm so glad you caught
No.
that as well. I was like, sincere. What are we talking about? We decided. Why would she rock paper scissors? Give her that massage.
Like, even if you won the rock, paper, scissors, you were really gonna hop on the table, stop, please.
Yeah.
You're still grafting, as the UK would say.
Yes.
Stop.
Bring back crafting for USA. Bring back crafting.
So she gets a massage. She tells him that he's pretty good. He says he used to do it on his mom when he was 8 years old. And she says she used to do the same thing. They talk about what they're excited about when they get home. And she's like, oh, I'm excited to go home to Philly for their second date. And it just clicks. Mel doesn't even live, she doesn't live in Philly anymore, right?
Oh, I think you're right. Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, I was like a little confused why she said that. So where does she live?
My guess is because she was doing all the modeling stuff,
Yeah.
she's in LA or New York. Because remember, her sister also said when you left to follow
Yeah.
your dreams or whatever, and everyone said come back, and you said no. That's when I put that together when she said come back to Philly. And I was like, wait, I don't think she's there.
Yeah,
So
I thought the same thing. You're so right.
oh no, distance is gonna do a thing for these people. But I always say it doesn't matter. They're all moving to LA anyway,
Yeah.
so we'll see. And also for anyone, because I think when he was giving the massage and then she's like, "Go lower, touch my butt," that comfort you're seeing for anyone who is confused, they did have sex in the hideaway, like regardless of what was said.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I think it became clear after we saw didn't Sincere, like, admit it to the guys eventually? Or wait.
he didn't admit it. He hit. What did he do? He does what
Yeah.
Sincere does,
Yeah.
where he gave enough, but it's not really clear because Melanie is giving him props for. Oh my God, he didn't even tell the guy. I'm like, girl,
Yeah, yeah.
bars on the floor. But
On the
yeah.
floor, below, surface is crazy.
So they make pizzas after. I'm like, this man could not make eggs, but they expect him to make a pizza. But okay, let's go along with it. But also, how the heck did they get a pizza oven thingy, whatever, in the middle of the water?
Yeah, that was kind of like I never saw that before, but it was kinda cool, but also,
Yeah.
like, they basically had to do all their own work on the date, which I thought was kinda funny. Like, they're making pizzas, they have to give each other massages, like, you don't get the luxury treatment.
It's like Korean barbecue. You go out there, you barbecue your own meat, and then you have to tip the waiter. Oh, what? I did all the work.
True.
He tells her, like, you're resilient. Like, instead of quitting, you tried even harder. She's like, don't see me as too resilient now. Like, you know, whatever. Like, stop. And I'm like, hey, America loves you, though. It's fine. So, um, I just don't understand. Like, she keeps giving him props, like he's trying, he's doing well. She's seen the changes in the last few days. They've been the happiest. How can she forget that? Yes, it has been good because there were no temptations. There were no bombshells anymore. Like, what happens when he's outside and he gets all the fame? Like, he's pretty charming. He's gonna now be famous. He's probably gonna get into some money. His DMs are gonna be flooded. what's gonna happen then when the temptations come? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know. That's a huge part
it
that she's
is.
forgetting. Zach and Bryce have their producer induced makeshift date. That's what I call it because they're in the bean bags and they have a chat and they're hugging each other. I'm gonna miss you. Like they're the real winners and all of that stuff. Let's hug each other. And Kata and Trinity are watching and talking about double dates. And Carl teaches us a Japanese saying, mono no awari, saying that you can be really happy in a moment, but also it's bittersweet because you are kind of sad knowing that it's not going to be permanent because nothing is ever really permanent. And I'm like, this is kind of sad, Carl. Give us a
Yeah.
happy saying. It's realistic, but it's sad.
Did I felt that for a moment. I was like, "Wait, is Carl okay? What's going on here?"
No, but I can imagine how they're feeling. It's kind of like graduation. You've been to class with people every single day. You've been with them for like 4 years, and then graduation comes, and everyone's like going their separate ways, and you just have no idea what the future holds. So,
Absolutely, and they have, like, examples of who
mm-hmm,
what has happened prior to.
mm-hmm,
There's
mm-hmm.
levels to the how complicated it is.
Yeah, it is. Anaya owes Carl a birthday party because his birthday is always during the summer. I'm like, when? We're in the summer right now. When
Yeah.
is that happening? Because Bryce turned 30 in the villa and not a
No.
word was heard. So Sincere and Melanie are back and they have a chat and Trinity's like, I'm just proud. I think Trinity has been the chosen spokesperson and she's been very vocal all through the season, talking about race, talking about being dark skinned. And she's like, let's just be proud that 4 Black women made it to the final. And I hope that settles all the debates because all these people who stay arguing online all day long saying, is Melanie Black? Did she
Yeah.
ever say she's Black? I hope that settles it because she didn't say I'm not Black. So she's like, let's be proud that 4 Black women made it to the final because people deserve to see that they can do it. And, that
I
was
love
cute.
that. I did
Yeah.
love that just because, well, you already know I'm a big
Yeah.
proponent. I know I always have to point it out. It's
Yeah.
annoying, but just how these shows treat Black women is
Mm-hmm.
always there's always like such negative feedback, all this different stuff like online chatter. We see how it goes every season. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's really nice to be able to say these things out loud, like
Mm-hmm.
and acknowledge just how much they've been through and how far they've come. And specifically, like you mentioned, Melanie as well. I thought it was great that she was included actually because she did say that she was Afro Latina, and then
Mm-hmm.
also her sister said it as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I think she said it online. I don't think she said it on the show, or maybe it was a clip.
Like in the bio or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was in the
something
bio.
like that. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it's very. I like that. It's like accept. I shouldn't say accepted, but acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Yeah. And I know people like to clap back with, well, the last winners they've been Black women, they've been this, but people forget what it came with.
Yes.
Because I think someone recently said, "Oh, did Justine get this much hate?" I'm like, "Did she?"
I'm like, what do
Oh,
you mean? Like, yes, they all have got. I don't really think I've ever seen a Black woman Islander ever not get some kind of crazy hate that didn't
yeah,
even make sense. And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen one that got hate that did make sense. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's always yeah, it's always the case.
yeah. And not to say like in this day and age, is not hate just everywhere. It
Yeah,
shouldn't be. There is, but I don't know how to explain it to people, or unless you're, I guess, unless you're Black, you don't understand the level of vitriol. It's like a whole different layer of hate that people come
Mhm.
with for that. So that's why it's important. But to some people, it may feel like, oh, you guys are whining, but
Yeah,
it just can't be explained to you. So that's why every single time we are loud about it. Okay.
yes,
So,
yes, exactly.
Kate and Zach go on their date. Sorry, I'm gonna be laughing throughout because this was a joke of a date. I'll be so pissed.
Totally a joke.
So Carl is getting in with the whole Bryce and Zach thing, and I'm like, okay, if Carl came in earlier, I really feel like he would have been in on this because I saw another like behind the scenes kind of thing, and he was out there just doing that thing, whatever it is they do, just rubbing on each other and stuff. Because in this one, he was smacking Zach's ass, and they were just playing around. And when Kata comes out, she looks stunning as always. Zach drops to the knee and was like, "Oh, just kidding," and I'm like, ugh, this is why. we can't stand Zach. Like
Yeah,
Zach is a just kidding man, and it's not funny.
it's never funny. It never but I never heard him tell a joke and I thought it was funny. Like his jokes are so I don't know what they are, but it's weird.
Maybe that's a British humor for real, for real.
Yeah.
Lisa Vanderpump has been trying to tell us, but we didn't listen. The funniest thing he did to me was his imitation of Bryce, because that was really
Okay.
good.
Yes, that was good. But it's also he's obsessed with Bryce. And it's just
He
another
is.
like I feel like he's been trying to push this narrative. Like they think it's called a bromance or whatever, but it's not giving. I would typically think a bromance like where two guys really are like on these shows, being more open with each other, vulnerable, connecting. I would typically think that would be cute. But with them, it feels like Zach is constantly trying to like mention
Insert.
Bryce at every moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I guess annoying is the only word I have to say. It doesn't feel cute or like it feels like it takes away something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, he's the timing's just always off, and like
It's
we saw
timing.
bromances, like even Sincere and Casey, we saw that Casey and Corbin, had like a whole bromance,
Yeah.
but this was a like, but they still let them have their space. Like it got to the point that we saw certain times where Trinity was annoyed, where she was like, "Get out the bed, like just leave," you
Yeah.
know,
I mean, even in
and
this episode, we saw when he mentioned. Well, I guess we'll get there, but
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's fine. You can mention it. I
Oh
mean, he
yeah,
tried
like
to kiss him.
yeah, like we kiss him, and she's like, no, like yeah, no, this is not the time. Like, why do we have to do it at every single moment?
Yeah. Zach. But
Yeah.
I do think, I mean, we'll get to him. Like, Zach is just insecure and he just comes out in odd ways, I think. I think
Mhm.
that's the problem. So, at this point, just leaning into the winner's edit, if Love Island has that at all. Trinity's on the countertop, her legs are wrapped around Bryce, and they're like, "Oh, people eat here." Carla's like, "That's so hot," and then Bryce is like, "Let me put you on a plate. Let me put a plate under you and serve this shit up." And Carla's just, "That's hot. That's hot." So they take Kata and Zach to a swamp. I don't know what else to call it, but it's a
It's literally a swamp.
and I mean, they have nice views. The mountains were there, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's so cute." But I recently just told someone that I think Kata's tell when she's annoyed or envious or jealous or something is when she says, "Oh my god, that's so cute."
That makes sense. Yeah,
It's her tell.
actually.
So I mean, a boat came and it was like it had their name on it, and they're like geeking out over their names being on a boat. And this man can't go a minute because I don't even know what he says, but he does mention Bryce's name
Yep.
at this point. And I'm like, Zach, give your woman, just give her full undivided attention without thinking about
Yeah.
Bryce. And then they get on this boat, and I think they're doing donuts in the boat, just going around. And you know, Kata was mad because of her hair. They literally tried to hug her in the makeup room, and she was like, "No, don't do that because of my hair." Now they took her around, got her wet with the whole.
In a speedboat, mind you. It literally, it was a speedboat for some reason. Her hair immediately got curly again. I felt so bad. Oh,
I would have been sick. It doesn't take much for me to like get nauseous, like I get motion sickness. That would have made me so sick.
I'm sure.
And it's supposed to be a romantic date. Let's not forget, not like an adventurous date, like a romantic date. So after they're done doing donuts in the boats, they drop them on the riverbank or whatever you want to call it. And it was basically like there's a table with champagne and it had flowers, but the flowers were like, here, damn. Like they just threw it on. It's not nice at all.
So low budget. So like it's crazy.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, guys, their romantic meal was like a hoagie. It was just like bread.
When you said the hoagie, that took me out because I was like, wait. They literally got the bottom of the barrel on
Oh
the
my god.
riverbank, like you said. Like they're already in. It was just so. It was like, are they trying to humiliate them? What's going on?
That wasn't nice at all. Like literally, I could get that sandwich when I used to live in the area. I literally was thinking of Wawa. Like I could get a sandwich from that over there, and I'm like, guys, you could have at least got them. Even if it was a charcuterie board,
Right?
that would have been much better. But no. But anyways, I couldn't stop laughing. I really couldn't.
Yeah.
But they talk about, their future. Kata talks about taking him to their lake house. He take her on the jet skis. And Zach is like, oh, I don't think I could do that. I'm scared of jet skis. I'm like, what? I mean, he's allowed to. I'm scared of heights, but I don't know why that surprised me and at the same time made sense. Like, this is why he's always spiraling or feels like he's not good enough and tries to humble her, because sometimes that's what men do instead of just processing their emotions and like, okay, she's more, what's the word, maybe well traveled, or maybe
Yeah,
because they have a lake house, he thinks like, oh, they come from money and I'm not cultured enough. And instead of just saying, okay, but I can learn, she can show me things, he was saying that like, oh, I can't wait for you to show me, but I don't know these things, like, okay, what if, what, I'm like, just take a breath, like, the
yeah.
girl likes you, you don't have to do much.
Well, maybe he doesn't like her. Well, like you mentioned, you think he might be insecure, so maybe that's it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's more just because he doesn't feel he's adequate, and you can
Mhm.
kinda tell too, like, he doesn't really give adventurous, he doesn't really
Mhm.
even I mean, maybe he's well traveled, I don't know, but he doesn't seem like he's very confident in just being able to try new things and maybe not do well at it and see how it goes. Whereas, like, Kata coming from New Hampshire and being very, like she said, they deal a lot with nature and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think there's more of a level of, different experiences and comfort with that, whereas maybe Zach doesn't have that. But also, like, when you're saying that he's insecure, like it's settling on me as well. Like it could just be like in all areas of his life because
It is.
he was talking
Yeah.
about Charlie and
Yeah.
growing up behind Charlie's shadow and all these different things, and like maybe part
Mhm.
of why he acts how he does in the villa. That's very off-putting because he's so insecure. I don't know, but
Mhm.
yeah.
And Americans respond, so is a word, so well to a British accent.
Mhm.
And that British accent can fool you into thinking like, "Oh my god, you are so well traveled, you're so intelligent, or you know so much." And and for him, he's just like, "I'm just from Birmingham. I just, do
Yeah.
what I need to do, stay in my little world. I'm willing to learn. I just haven't had the opportunity to." So maybe he's been faking it as he makes it, just moving through America. The minute he says something and everyone responds to him that way, but it's not necessarily a true representation of who he is. So
Good point. Yeah.
who knows? But I hope he figures it out because, again, I keep telling myself these kids are young. Like, I
Mm.
mean, they're all figuring it out on TV, but I still don't like Zach. Sorry.
No, I still
Um,
don't exactly, but like you said, he's young. He has time to grow and change, hopefully.
yes, yes, to course correct.
Yes.
Um, he then says that he doesn't see himself in England. And this is where I'm just like, where did this Australia talk come from? Now, we heard it from Trinity, where she was saying exclusive. What does that mean? Like, he's in Australia, but we've never heard him say it. He talks a lot about Birmingham, but not Australia.
Yeah.
Now, Van did say, because she said it on Threads, was like his dad opened up as a pizza shop or some extension to Australia, so maybe he's helping him out there, and that's where it came from. But where does he live? Where is he based?
Yeah, because most of them, well, no, if you think about it, all of them, we know where they live, or we know where they are, like saying they
Hmm.
came from
Came
when they
from,
got
yeah.
on the show. You know what I mean? He's talking
Hmm.
about where he grew up, which is a little confusing because you can talk about where you grew up, but where you live now is obviously different. And yeah, maybe they cut it out. I don't know, but I don't remember ever hearing him say, "I'm currently living in Australia."
Australia. Yeah, so that's confusing, and I'm like, that's what they need to figure out. But what he does say is, I don't see myself in England,
Yeah,
and they start talking about, oh, the boat, the names on the boat, and once again he's joking. He was like, well, I prefer for you to say Zach and Kata, aka his name first, over Kata's name first. And I'm like, okay.
yeah, yeah,
He said he sees her as his girlfriend in the future, but they have to experience things outside the villa. I don't, once again, think that that is the strangest thing. That makes sense to experience real life outside the villa. I think the problem is Kata wants more and is not speaking up and is
yeah,
just agreeing with it to keep the peace. And again, that's not sustainable.
yeah. I
So
agree.
I will say though, like, I love how easily he speaks about, I'm just gonna be wherever you are, I'm just gonna follow you, I'll be there, because as an immigrant, I'm like, your visa, what? How long did that take? How are you
Oh,
gonna do this? And I do know, as a UK citizen, you can come into America, stay 6 months, but if he plans to work, he has to get a work visa. He has to do all of the things. So, what is his plan for that?
That's so true. But then that's also what gets me thinking, like, is Zach really a game player? Like, I hope he's not at the end of the day, but just with how much knowledge he's already come into the situation with, and like the Charlie thing, is it almost like, okay, well, one of us can see this through and make it
Yeah.
happen? And that, like, I hate to say that, but I just, because I'm like, okay, now he's saying all these things about he'll be wherever she is, X, Y, and
Hmm.
Z. But like, if you really feel that invested in her as like, this is your love or whatever, why wouldn't you be more? I mean, I get it. Outside the Ville is different. I get it, but also like it's just a non-exclusive exclusive thing. Like it just feels very vague. Like the whole like and just the way it never ever seemed to me like Zach was ready to sit down with Kata and be like, I want you to have full confidence in our relationship and
Yeah.
I'm committed to you and I'm so excited. Like it just almost felt like, yeah, well, I'm excited to see where this goes. I don't know, like, there was something that wasn't it didn't feel 100% committed to me. So now it's like, are you really feeling that? Or is it more so, we're at the end of the road here. We're gonna try to see if we can win. If we don't win, I still wanna have that flexibility of we're not committed as girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't know, maybe that's me being cynical.
No, I understand what you mean because it also throws a wrench for me in that I'm like, stopping short of being boyfriend girlfriend throws every idea I had about Zach, because I would think he would just do that to
Yeah.
seal the deal.
Yeah, right?
So what is the reason why you're just stopping short? Because you're exclusive anyways. I just, if
Yes.
it doesn't work out, even when you're boyfriend or girlfriend, do what the rest of us do: break up.
And then when he even said, like, at the dinner, I'm like, "I love you" is on the tip of my tongue. What's the point of saying "I love you" is on the tip of my like, if you feel I don't know, it feels very, like I just don't understand it, maybe. So it's
Yeah.
confusing to me.
No, it is to me as well, because I think, what did I say? I said I hate how he breadcrumbs her, but
Yeah,
then she opens her mouth and just gobbles up the breadcrumbs, and I'm like, then she tries to sell it to other people. I think that's the other thing, because
yeah.
she goes back to the villa and was like, "Oh my god, he said he'll follow me anywhere." Okay,
Yeah.
um,
Like, Kata, like, well, we almost said I or whatever she said, "We almost said I love you," or something like that, and I'm just like, I just don't understand what the point of sharing that would be because
yeah.
you're not in a relationship. You didn't say I love you. These things are not I don't know. It's just open-ended. It's too open-ended for my liking.
And also, if you never say it, she wouldn't have known. So, what is the point of telling her, "Oh, the three words are holding up is at the tip of my tongue"? For what?
Right?
Ugh. This
Pointless.
man. I don't know why he does what he does. But also, I was thinking about what you said, but him being on the show, whether or not he wins, gives Charlie life.
Yeah.
Gives him an extension of the, how many minutes does he have left? 5 left of his 15 minutes. So either way, they both win, but it's just,
So
also,
true.
where does Charlie live? And beyond the villa, he was back here, so I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. They just like I don't the brothers of it all, the Charlie of it all, like it's just a little for me confusing.
You guys know I love to read, and I sometimes share in some episodes what I'm currently reading. Every now and then, I challenge myself to read something outside of my usual genre, and that book for me now is House of Rain by Harley LaRue. It's a gothic romance novel that follows Salem, who ends up stranded on a remote island instead of going on her honeymoon. There she meets the mysterious Rain, whose family manor is filled with unsettling secrets. Then people start dying, something begins stalking the forest at night, and what starts as a forbidding attraction turns into a fight for survival. With the isolated island, gothic mansions, and the creeping sense that something terrible is always just out of sight, I was intrigued and creeped out. If you're a fan of supernatural suspense and dark romance with an unforgettable atmosphere, check out House of Rain by Harley LaRue, now available wherever books are sold in print and in ebook.
Also, like if Charlie lives you still lives in Birmingham and or no, wait, Australia? I don't even know.
He was in LA as a Beyond the Villa, and then when he came for
God.
Family Day, he told Zach, like, "You just have to drop everything and come on down." I'm like, okay,
So did him and the sister both came from LA when they came?
no idea.
Oh, we
No
just
idea.
we don't know. Okay.
I don't know if, because okay, here's my where I'm like, okay, so yes, as a UK citizen, you can come in and out, stay as long as you don't stay beyond either 90 days or 6 months. I'm not sure which
Mhm.
one it is. But for him to do beyond the villa, that's work.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, okay, is it easy to get a work visa? I'm sure, like an I don't know. So
Oh, yeah.
that's where I get confused. I don't know what Miguel did. Miguel has been here with Leah for a while too. I don't know. Maybe it's easier for them, and I'm just talking as a regular person, forgetting that these people are not regular. So,
Yeah. So true.
maybe there's that. So he tells everyone when they come back, like he's smitten with her. He tells him the tip of the tongue thing, and either way, they're all winners. Yay. Okay. Um Carl and Anaya go on their date. Now you know it's serious business because they are not wearing bathing suits, cover-ups, all of that. They're dressed like grown people, like
Mhm.
grown men, grown women, and they do really need to figure out how to even out the dates because I'm sorry, I don't like Zach either. But if I saw this date or Kata, whoever, it's not even comparable. You can't even compare the
Yeah.
swamp and the fairy tale jungle forest thing that they recreated for Carlin and Aya. It was amazing. It really was straight out a fairy tale. There were string lights, there were fake candles, real candles, there were books stringed together, a gazillion flowers, and they had desserts of your choice, not a hoagie.
Oh,
Like,
so true.
it was so rude. Like you can just tell, like where they put their money and their budget and everything into. And as if that wasn't enough, they had a fairy tale storybook, and it was a Naya story, like from the very beginning. Not just her and Carl. It had Kenzie, it had KC, it even included a challenge with her ass out in a thong, just twerking and all of the things. And I'm like, oh my god, that must have been a lot of work because it rhymed too,
Yeah.
you know?
I was like, "Wait, also, do I want that immortalized?" Like, some of the
Yeah.
moments, I was like, "Would that be ideal?" But it was super cute. I thought for me, I was just happy that Anaya got her fairy tale because a lot of people were judging her online when she came in saying, or maybe it wasn't when she came in, but like she expressed in some confessionals and stuff saying like she just wants a fairy tale. And
Yeah.
obviously, we all can think, okay, that's silly. Life is not a fairy tale. But
Yeah.
I think in the context of just like finding love, like of course you want something that's like positive and sweet and dreamy and whatever. And
Yeah.
I thought it was just nice that they gave her that moment, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna just call myself out. I'm one of those people. It's not unique to Anaya. I say it all the time. Like anytime I see like adults talk about fairy tale, and I'm always like, what?
Which is fair. It's totally fair because like I can't relate to that style of thinking.
Yeah.
Also, she's young and she's
Hmm.
had a pretty good life from what, it seems
Yeah.
in terms of,
Hmm.
upbringing and stuff. So it's like, yeah, she's still in fairy tale land. Okay, whatever, girl. Like, but I just thought, like, in terms of the actual date and them
Yes.
setting it up based on her
Yeah.
expressing that was a nice thing to do, you know?
Yeah. And I will say this final weeks, and I'm glad he got the time. I personally got to see more of Carl's personality because
Yeah.
at first I was like, okay, Clark Kent, are you
Yeah.
just like this? What is the word? Like just this stick by the rules kind
Mm,
of guy, like just stiff and just, like, are you even real? I think was a
yeah.
question I asked. But he has more of a personality. He seems to be able to have fun, and he's just so that was nice to see
Yeah.
for him.
Totally.
Um, they both tear up, they say nice things, and then they kiss. And you guys do not come for me. I think they're cute. I just think they kiss weird. Sorry. I just I say this, the only other person I've said this about was like I had like a Sex in the City rewatch podcast, and I always said this about Sarah Jessica Parker. I do feel like she kisses weird too
Oh,
on, on the show. So I think Carla and I kiss weird, but they kiss and they like it, and that's fine. So he
right.
asks he asks her for a dance, and at this time they have both have crowns on their head, and the Disney romantic love music playing in the background. Honestly, if ever there was a fairy tale, this was a fairy tale. So
Yeah.
um they go back to the villa. They start telling everyone about their date because she walks in with that big old encyclopedia book that they got, and they're like, "What does she have in her fine. And as she's telling them their date, I'm just looking at Zach and Kata's faces like, what's
Zach
up?
was fuming. He was
What
fuming.
she's thinking. But also at this point, y'all need to know, like, okay, we're not top two.
Yeah,
Clearly, we are not.
exactly.
I do want to say that one thing that I liked about Carl and Anaya's date was that I don't think it was forced. I'm one of those people. I don't enjoy when within the villa they're like, "Oh, I want you to be my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Oh, we're exclusive." One rose here. They do all this. What's it called? They put little notes for
Oh
you
yeah,
to follow, and then will you be my girlfriend? I get guys. I know it's cute. It's just not for me. Okay,
the
so
scavenger hunt or whatever it's
yeah, there you go. Yes, the scavenger hunt. But when they went on their date, there was no we gotta be exclusive or you'll be my girlfriend. Oh, we what do you do after they were just in the moment. And I really like that. I just wish that they would just enjoy the moment instead of like because it always feels and the reason why I don't like the boyfriend girlfriend, it's always towards the end and it always to me comes off performative. Even though they mean it, that's fine, it just comes off like you like each other. Like
yeah,
it's fine. Like it's not going to change anything. Like what is the boyfriend girlfriend thing? What does it mean? Sometimes it feels like you're trying to convince us that you really like each other. I don't know.
yeah.
So for Carlin and I just feel like it was about them. It was about their story, and let's make more memories and fill this book in. It wasn't any word, and I like that they didn't feel the pressure because they always ask them like, "Did you feel the L word? Did you feel like you should be a girl? Did you lock it down? Did you like stop? Like just
I
let
hate that
everyone."
stuff. It's just
Yeah.
like we don't need to force the feelings, and I get it. They're like it's the end of the our time here. We gotta like get to the certain point, or we won't be able to win. Blah blah blah. But I think I love more a real moment, an off
Mm-hmm.
moment, like something that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I agree. I love that they had that. Like it just felt real. It didn't feel forced, and it felt cute. So I'm
Yeah.
happy for them.
Yeah. So I say that, and then the next day was Trinity and Bryce, and he had all of that.
Yeah,
So
right.
well, what do I know? They're getting kind of the same treatment. They have loads of flowers on there, and I know sometimes people are like, "Well, if you're going in the nighttime, then that means that you're top." But guys, Chris and Huda last season was nighttime.
Lest
Doesn't mean
we
shit.
forget. Lest we forget. Oh my goodness gracious.
So then Bryce says I love you eventually, and she's like, oh, I do too, but I was just waiting for you to say it. And I'm like, that's my girl, that's right, no matter how much you feel it, wait for him to say it first.
Right?
And they're having their moment, and then even I jumped because people jumped out from the bush or the forest or whatever the hell that was. I'm like, what the crap is that? But there were fire dancers, I guess.
Yeah. Apparently, that's
So they join them and they watch it, and it's like a nice show. And Trinity's just like, that's so cool, and they have their moment. They come back, and at this point, like I said, the rest of them have to know, like,
yeah.
okay, our dates was just appetizers. No, these are the real entrees. So once again, because Anaya wasn't there when Kata came back with from her date, she tries to sell Anaya like, "Oh my god, I didn't tell you. Like Zach said he would follow me anywhere." Ah! I'm like, you should be with your boyfriend. So what? Okay.
And then they like ask her to clarify, like, okay, what exactly did he say? And I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's so awkward.
All right, so that's all the dates complete, and they're all talking. They're in the makeup room saying, like, we're all gonna be friends after this. And I'm just thinking about Shelly and Alondria, and I'm like,
Oh, it makes me so sad.
who knows? Especially since currently looks like Shelly is on vacation with Sierra
Yeah.
and Clark.
Yeah.
So,
It's not looking good, but
yeah. So, I
yeah.
mean, we'll see. I don't know. Again, fame does something to people. I don't know. They're going to be inundated with a lot. I hope they're provided a lot of care,
Yeah, me too.
mental health. And with After Sun, it's nice that they come out and read the comments, but I'm always so worried. And I think I asked this weekend or the last episode, like, how do they know what comments to go to? Is there like a list of curated like comments that producers have gathered for them to see, or are they just going in and facing that directly? Because to me, that's a lot.
Yeah, I think it's different on After Sun because like when they do the tweet challenge and stuff, like those things are like vetted, right? They have it like planned out which ones they're going to share. But there was a moment, I can't remember, where Taffy, I think, was reading a card and then it was like, obviously we're not going to answer that question kind of thing. And so she had to respond in real time. I don't know if that was like, that was her first time reading it. You know what I mean? Or her first time seeing this is something we're going to address. So I don't know how they do it.
But it's the one when they look at their phones before they even get to Aftersun, like in the hotel rooms when they say you have your phone
Oh,
back.
sorry. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and they go in there and I'm like, "That's too much to process."
Yeah, that was a little bit, and like I know this is, well, I heard that this was the first time where they're doing it, where you see them
Yes.
straight up
Yes.
looking at their phones in real
Mhm, it
time.
is.
And I was thinking, like I remember when I was watching with specifically Corbin and Parmita's moment, and I'm just thinking, if this is really what they're seeing, like that's jarring to be on camera during that.
Yeah.
Like you've already had a surreal experience, like some
Yeah.
kind of dystopian, and now you also have to see the reaction and being filmed seeing that and
Yeah.
reading some of these things that are a little like harsh. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
it's really I don't want to say concerning, but I am curious how they go about that.
Yeah, for the most part, they got positive stuff. I think the
Yeah.
people who got, like, a mix were, like, Casey and TT and Parmita and Corbin.
Yeah.
I can't remember about Kenzie's, but Kenzie has she's like Teflon. She's like, "I don't care.
Yeah,
You
but I
keep
think
hating."
you're right. But I think Dylan got something.
Oh, being performative, yes.
Yeah.
That he was being fake and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's like a lot because then you're just processing. Again, they haven't watched anything. They don't know what's being
Yeah.
shown. They don't know all the things. And it's like, oh my God. And for someone like Kenzie, yes, she's Teflon, but she's still a human being.
Yeah.
And then when you realize, like, even like on Aftersun, you realize two mistakes that you've made. That Casey was the one who said throw Kenzie out the window, 2013 was wrong, and all that. Then you're like, oh my God. So what else did I say?
Yeah, you have to
You
think about
know?
everything
Hmm.
you had for however many 6 weeks or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, anyway, I don't know what the future holds, but I mean, I wish all of them success and happiness. And if
Yeah.
they want to be friends, I hope that they remain friends.
Yeah.
And, they ask Anaya how she feels about Carl. And if I hear one more time, he makes me beautiful and reassured. It's great, but by the 100th time, I, give me something else.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So, like, I think maybe things that are unique, like, oh, I like the way we laugh together. I like the things we have in common. Or I like the way our families got together. But what the reassured? It's not negative because it's nice. It's basically another way of saying I feel safe in my couple.
Yeah,
But given the history, when you say reassured, it feels like
yeah,
you have a duty to reassure me all the time, and I'm doing it. And yeah, so that was, that's what it was with
yeah.
that. And she said it multiple times. Um, I thought they were about to do vows. At this point, I didn't realize that we were done with that again, which is fine. But they each come out. Kata is in a pink dress, stunning,
Stunning. Oh my god.
stunning. I think I liked hers the best. And they walk out and they have all their pictures and memories throughout the season all blown up, and it's decorated. There's balloons in the pool and all the things, and the men look great too, but it's not about the men, it's about the women.
It's not
So
a
Sincere is wearing white, Melanie's in black, again gorgeous as always, she looked really nice. Trinity's in green and there's like pearls all around, looked really gorgeous too. And when for Kata, she always says, "That's so cute." Trinity says, "That's so adorable." That's her saying as
Yeah.
well. Anaya comes out last, and she's in red with slits all the way up. Again, she looks great. Basically, they all look great.
Yeah.
And instead of vows, they have replaced that with thanks for the memories. And it's the same TV where they watch the dreaded, alleged heart rate challenge without no heart rate challenge. And they watched all the memories throughout the season. And I think that's a good change. That's a good upgrade. I like that for them to see themselves throughout the season. What did you think?
Yeah, I think so too. It was more cohesive,
Hmm.
I think maybe, and also like we already have had forced moments before they were necessary where they had to profess their love to each other for no reason. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's like fine, let's do it this way. It's much better.
Yeah, because like they've, like you said, all been talking about their feelings, and this episode is already so long for us to be
Yeah.
inundated with more professing of feelings. Ugh.
Yeah, it gets to be too much, and also, like you mentioned that, and I kept saying the same thing over and over, like,
Mhm.
at a certain point, maybe it really is difficult to put into words your
Yeah,
feelings you constant especially at this point where you know you're on 4K. You are the finalist. Like, you have to give a good answer, and
yeah,
you've been forced to say say certain things or find something to say so many times. It
yeah.
can be a little bit challenging.
That's a good point because, I forget in reality TV, they ask you the same questions over and over and over again. I know someone was talking about, I know you're not watching UK right now, but Lorenzo over in the UK, where at some point he was just like, I'm not chatting anymore. I'm all chatted out. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And he got in trouble because he was like, I have nothing else to say.
Oh, no.
um, okay. So they get messages from their family, and it's a surprise because they're seeing all the memories, and he just switches over, and then Zach's mom and dad are on there. And I also think this is a good addition because it's mostly people who didn't get to come on the family visit.
Yeah.
So they get to see their parent. I think everyone had a family member that couldn't make it except Kada. So Kada had her friends. So I don't know if her dad
Yeah.
is in her life.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? Kata's dad has recently been online. I tried to avoid as much, but I guess he's been speaking up online about the situation and he has some concerns for Zach. So yeah, he didn't make it onto this
Okay.
finale, but I've heard, and I'm like, I'll watch it now or I'll look at it now. I didn't want to look at it too much before because I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but apparently he has some choice words, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was it. So it was sweet. Everyone had, nice things to say. They get messages from their family. And we see another moment for Sincere showing emotion with his mommy. It was his mommy and his little brother. And, everyone was really nice about welcoming everyone's partner, I guess,
Yeah,
coming
they
into.
were.
Yeah, it was nice. Oh, Mel's dad was on there. He spoke in Spanish, but he did not say anything about Sincere. He just said, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that was perfect. I was like, "Great, amazing."
I was concerned. I was like, what are they gonna say? Like, how are they gonna, because they didn't have a good family visit. So how is this gonna go? Then we transition into celeb messages, and I'm like, ugh,
Yeah,
boo,
yeah,
because I haven't fleshed out my thought on this, but it goes back to what we were talking about in like the product placement and it being so heavy. These people, we accuse them of like coming in here for clout, but at this point, can we even
yeah,
blame them when we're shoving it now? It's almost like you never want to know how the sausage is made. Yes, we
yeah.
know that this is what's going to come afterwards, but let it happen organically. Olandra did not know her life is going to be what it is right now.
Mhm.
She was fully prepared. I think she told him to keep her job for her. She'll be right back selling them elevators up and down.
Mm.
And her life changed because it happened organically. But when you go in and then expecting, like, well, after I do this, this is going to happen, or when something happens, people are putting online, like, oh, I hope this person gets this brand deals. I hope they get combs. I hope they get toothbrush. I don't know. I'm just saying random stuff right there.
Yeah,
Like, let's just leave it be and let's see what happens so it doesn't become like an expectation,
yeah,
and then it just ruins. It's kind of like people voting, placing bets on like something
mhm.
about it taints it, even though we know it's happening. We don't need it shoved in our faces, because now we had celebrities, and we had like legit celebrities. It wasn't like D-list
Yeah.
celebrities. We had Sierra, we had like not After Sun Sierra, like Russell Wilson Sierra, like let me see you want to step, Sierra. We had Demi Lovato, Jordan Sparks, Alex Warren, Lizzo, Sumber, and whoever else. And it's dawning on them like, oh my God, like these people are watching us. These people really like us. And then that thought comes into like, okay, so now we have to do this. And something about it is like, let's keep that out. They'll find out when they come
Yeah,
out,
right,
you
yeah.
know, the villa. So I mean, it's nice for them, but I didn't like it. I guess
I
is
didn't
what I'm
like it
trying to
either.
say.
Not necessary, and it just like you said, it just gives to the whole brand involvement, like, trying to make it something I don't know, I don't really like that.
Yeah, and it's different from like Meg Thee Stallion comes in. At this point, it's tradition. Meg
Yeah,
has to come in, you know,
yeah, exactly.
do what she does and then leave. So I don't know.
That's totally different. Also, like their messages have to be like, "Oh, we've been watching you, we love you, we support you," but it's like, who knows if all these celebrities have actually had the
Actually.
time to watch you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. And then also, I'm sure just as real people, they have their thoughts on certain like, if they watch
Mhm.
the whole season, so it's just a little, like, I don't know, it's just inauthentic.
It is, and I just never trust Hollywood. There's
Yeah.
always like a tie, there's always a reason for something. And
Oh,
I'm just wondering if there's like some promo. Like, I bet if we deep dive into them, they have some agent or some
yeah,
agency or some link, some PR person that all links them together. And like, this is the biggest show in the world. We might as well get, I don't know. There's
yeah,
just always something
always something.
with these people. So, anyways, Emmy Award nominated host Ariana walks in to the villa. In case y'all didn't know, she's now an Emmy Award nominee. And she looks so pretty. I don't think I love the dress. Did you?
I didn't know how I felt about it, honestly. I
Me
think
too.
it's a little bit of a risk. I mean, the thing is, she looks stunning regardless.
Yeah.
So for me, sometimes like her looks don't always hit for me, but I
Yeah.
think she always looks beautiful. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this one, but like, you still look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was a statement dress. Like, she actually came in hair and makeup I really liked, but I didn't know how I felt about the dress. But I think I do agree that this season was not the strongest. Like, it's not like last season every episode she was a hit back to back. Like,
yeah,
everything that she wore. But this season was kind of like hit, miss sometimes,
yeah,
but at the end of the day, is Ariana. She's stunning. So what are you
exactly.
trying to say? Like, her bad day is like some people's like great day. I don't know.
Mhm.
But so I want to ask you, do you think 100K is enough for prize money?
Well, I think yes, just because of where the show is at now
Yeah.
in terms of the opportunities that they know that they can attain
Yeah.
side of it. Like there's so much more of an awareness of I probably would get way more money, or not way more, but like I will probably be able to make money just based on being in this show, on the show, and
Yeah.
having had that opportunity. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I feel like in a sense, yeah, because we don't even have people that are really finding love for the most part. You know what I mean? So it's like, why do like, if the whole original idea was you go on the show to find somebody and hopefully form a genuine connection where that results in true love, and you're getting money based off of being able to like find that connection,
Mhm.
then yeah, maybe they deserve more. But that's not what we have right now. It's turned into something completely different, you know? So I
Yeah.
feel like, I don't know, like just giving them more money for like falsified connections, or just like seeing it through only because you know what the audience perception is, or you know what can get you to the end, like all those different aspects. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But what do you think?
I think it's enough. Because I mean, not like the background shoot for the most part, most of these people coming on are coming from regular lives,
Mhm.
like where even 50K is a lot of money to them. So I
Yeah.
think 100K for lounging around, putting your life out there and finding love and all the things that comes afterwards. It's like negotiating, what's it called? It's not back pay, but sometimes when you negotiate based on how the movie does well in the box office and you're gonna
Oh,
get more money that way, they're gonna get so much more after that. But I think 100K is enough for the winners. Now, what I don't know is, do second and third place or do finalists, do they get anything? I don't know that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I don't think that Alandria and Nick got anything.
Okay.
Well, I'll look
But
into it, but
okay,
from
yeah.
what I remember.
But again, to our point, she got a penthouse. So hey.
And that's what I mean. Like if you do it right, you can get so much, and you know that now going into it. So
Yeah.
it's so different than just being like, if you're in a situation where you literally need money, like, I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
it's complicated at this point with all the other things that go into it.
Yeah. I mean, I was also asking because I think, Survivor 50 just had it and someone was like,
Mm.
it's been 1 million for like what, 50 seasons. Like, they have not adjusted for inflation and they're actually like starving. There's no food,
Yeah,
there's bugs, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So
right?
I'm like, well, should that be adjusted after taxes? Because this is after taxes too,
Yeah, I
there's
would
that.
say
But
yeah, for Survivor, absolutely. You're
yeah.
actually putting your life, well, I shouldn't say putting your life on the line
You kind
technically.
of are.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, like,
kind
so
of
I
are.
would say, yeah, it should be adjusted with inflation. That's real, like, treacherous stuff, whereas Love Island,
Yeah.
no offense, you can get a some people get away with just lounging around for a few weeks and then get to win the money, AKA Brian, so
Yeah, and I feel like the risk of increasing the money increases the risk of not fraud, but like people
yeah,
just doing anything to get the money at this point. But right now, 100K just feels like a sweet spot. Like that's just what it's been, and you
I
know,
think you're right,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so the winners are announced. We don't even do all of the, oh, let's go back to your story. This is what happened. I was like, thank God, these are all the right calls tonight. So the fourth place is Zach and Kada, no surprise there. Third place is Melanie and Sincere, no surprise there. Now the winners, there was a tuss up because everyone started throwing out that AI was saying that
Mhm,
Carla, Carla and I won based on their dates. They're the people who won and all of that. And so even I were like, again, I was like, listen, I've been thinking Trinity and Bryce are going to win, but even I was like, oh, is there a chance? Do we think? Is
same.
that going to happen? I'm not sure. How do I feel about that? I
Mhm,
don't know. But Trinity and Bryce are the winners. They're our Love Island winners, and it's like, yay!
mhm.
Everybody applause, applause, applause. So, I mean, I'm happy for them, but the same thing. I'm not like invested in whoever was going to win, but they seem to like each other.
Mhm.
I do think the one thing that's missing, we heard Trinity say a lot, like she's not sure if she was his type. I don't know if we ever heard Bryce say it. I know his friend, brother, somebody out there said he had like Trinity is his type, but I just never saw it from him.
Yeah, I don't think we ever did.
So, and maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe she's the first. I don't know, but they seem to like each other. I'm gonna go with them. And Trinity seemed really overcome with emotion,
Yeah.
and just touched, and just felt like for someone like her, she never thought this was gonna happen. And I hope they make it work because Bryce is connected to people. I don't know what celebrity I saw that was like, "Oh, my boy is in Love Island right now. I'm rooting for him," and I'm like, "What?"
Yes, it was the guy from Glee. What's his name? I can't remember, but he has multiple celebrity
Yes,
apparently, yeah.
he does. So, good for them. I hope they thrive. I hope they do well. Do you have any thoughts on the age gap in their relationship?
Oh boy. Like, yes, I do because realistically, like, it just doesn't make sense for me personally. I don't believe that a 30-year-old man would really have that much in common with a 22-year-old woman, but or I don't even know if you would still say woman or like, getting like, getting finding herself.
Yeah,
That's how I feel in the real world. I also now have come to look at Love Island as a
vacuum.
yes, exactly. So it's like truly you are meeting people that you're not you would it just wouldn't happen the same way in the real world.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to give grace in that aspect, but for me it is a little concerning because yeah, I just don't feel like they're in the same place in life. And I don't really know if that's like necessarily healthy, but who am I to say?
Yeah. And also, when they become famous, famous people, their worlds are just completely different. And I don't know. Maybe that closes the gap. I don't know. And especially since everyone seems to say like Bryce is so evolved and so wise and all of that stuff. So we'll
I
see.
guess, yeah. I just want the best for Trinity, and I
Yeah.
just think I'm so glad that she got the money because I think one thing I can say overall of this season is that she deserves the money. Just in terms of like her being her authentic self, taking chances, trying to find true love, and also where she's at in her life. I do think it could like just based on the way she's saying it, like where she came from and her upbringing and how people don't make it out in this like world sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know, it just makes sense to me. But with Bryce, I mean, I don't really feel strongly about Bryce. I feel like I hate to say it, but like if in the next few months they didn't God forbid they didn't work out and she goes on to just do her thing, like, okay, great. I would still be like, I'm glad she won, you know?
Yeah. And I do hope they're able to carve their own path and it's not going to be a dupe of Nicolandra because they're already being accused of that. and he's already a DJ too,
I know.
like Nick, and it's just like if she goes and but that's the it's not unfortunate, but that's the what's the word? She's into makeup. She's into hair. That's Olandra is like into makeup with NYX or NYX. How do you say it? NYX.
I always say Knicks, but I don't know if that's wrong.
Who knows? But with the makeup and stuff. So if she goes that route, I can just hear people saying, "Oh, she's just trying to be like her." Like, so that's what I mean. But like, I hope they're able to carve their own identity. But I think they do need to prep for that never-ending comparison to Nicolandra.
But I also, yeah, and that's another one of my worries. I just feel like Trinity shouldn't have to deal with all that right right now.
She
Like, I
shouldn't
know I
have
sound
to.
like the biggest stan or something, but genuinely, it's just like she's literally so young and he's so in a different place. Like,
Yeah.
they say that he's been a model for a few years.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and she's literally coming from Virginia saying it's not a normal day for her, where he's
Yeah.
from LA saying, I grew up in this world, I have celebrity friends. So I just feel like, I don't know, I just worry that, I guess I worry how it's going to play out. I wish the best for them both, but I just hope like whatever Bryce is saying about how he feels about her is true and genuine, and they can find a way to work through the world of it all, the real world of it all.
Yeah. 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 I mean, she must like him. We didn't hear her say anymore that she doesn't like kissing anymore because she said it. I don't like kissing. I don't. And they said he was a terrible kisser, turtle tongue, and she doesn't complain. She
She's
has no complaints.
yeah.
In between all, Rihanna tells us that there is going to be a reunion August 31st, which I think is the perfect date because that's enough time for a lot of stuff to go down, a lot of podcasts to be on, a lot of people to make mistakes, a
Yeah.
lot of social media. And by then, we should see how everything plays out. So I can't wait for that. I did say watching After Sun that I kind of think that I might not think it's a bad idea for Sierra and Teffy to host a reunion because I
Ah,
don't think Andy's a good fit. I think Andy's great at reunions. Andy to me is the is the bar for reunions, but he's not the demographic to host Love Island. Like it's just really obvious when he's there that it's not his. Ariana is not strong enough to
yeah.
host it on her own, and she's the kind of like she can't hold your feet to the fire. She's like your friend and all that. But I feel like Sierra and Teffy can, and then Sierra can tackle anything that's like when it comes to race or being black or anything. She can handle
Mm.
that, and then Teffy can handle that because she's Latina.
Yeah.
And Melanie's on there, Gabe was on there, she can handle all that. And I just think like and they have kind of a relationship after being with them on After
Yeah.
Sun. So to me, I feel like I mean Teffy just needs to slow down on the jokes. They don't get it.
I
So
know. Oh, yeah, you're right.
so I was just thinking that might be because part of, remember the Potomac reunion where they had to bring Nicki Minaj because it's like they're talking about colorism, but it's like Andy can't go in there or talk
Yeah.
about that. And it's like, how do you handle that? So I don't
No, I
know.
think you're right. I think that would be very interesting. I don't think that Andy is the right person, like you said, but I just don't know if they would do something as maybe risky is not the word. I don't know. I've
Yeah.
just been hearing
Like a
a lot.
change. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the discourse on how After Sun is gone this season with Tuffy and Sierra, like
Yeah.
there's like it feels like two extremes of like either well, I shouldn't say two.
Yeah.
There's one extreme where I see really people saying they are horrible. And then I have the people who are like enjoying it and thinking like it's a nice refresh. And for me personally, I never found After Sun watchable. I hated ever even
Mhm.
thinking about After Sun with Teffy and Sierra, I was like, okay, I can at least watch this. I wasn't like fully like I have to watch it every single time, but I'm
Mhm.
like they're making good points here and there. Like I found it generally positive and at least watchable, which it wasn't previously for me. So I think it was ultimately a success in that sense, but I see a lot of people saying otherwise. So I just don't know if like because it's not like flat out across the board positive, they would make a choice like that where it's like let's have them host a reunion, But maybe I'm overthinking it.
Oh no, it's not gonna happen. They already said it was Andy and Ariana. Mine was wishful
Oh,
thinking.
oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just wishful thinking for that, but it's gonna be Andy and Ariana
Yeah.
again. And speaking of After Sun, it's like, yeah. This is the first season where I watched every single episode. Like in
Oh,
the
you
past, it was just like snippets. I think the only thing that was missing was I do miss the segments where they used to get Ariana in and get her thoughts on things as someone who was there. But I think maybe they avoided that because people started accusing Ariana of having favorites and saying certain
did.
things. So maybe to avoid all of that. But that's the thing, people will always complain. I think
Always.
is the other thing. There's nothing that people are going to be happy. My one complaint, overall, I enjoyed it. My only one complaint is like I just needed to be consistent, and they need to just ignore all the comments. If people say one thing one day, it's gonna change the next. So just stand in your truth in whatever it is that you're saying, and don't flip flop to fit, whatever it is. And producers or whoever, just let them say what their thoughts are, and they'll figure it out. But
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
yeah.
yeah. But overall, and also, who was so great in a job that they went into like how many weeks in? Like technically it was like what, 6 weeks ago they
Yeah.
did it for the first time. Time. Practice makes perfect,
Mhm.
guys. So, I don't know.
It
It
seems
was
to be
fine by me.
nice. Yeah.
Okay, they jump into the pool. They do final choreography to the Love Me Like You Say You Do. And I'm like, "Carl, how do you know the choreography? You weren't here."
He was just fighting for his life.
Who taught you?
I was like, "Oh, Carl."
So that was it. That was it. That was the finale. It was just so long for no reason, but it was
No
cute. We
reason.
are done. And now we sit and wait for the aftermath.
Yeah.
Who, what podcast, what's happening? I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't know what's I feel like and also the way that things change so much throughout, like, a few days with this show, like,
Hmm.
can't imagine what that's gonna look like.
Yeah. And just FYI, we didn't talk about it during this segment, but TT put out a statement saying people are putting out fake accounts and fake things, and it's not her. She's not saying any of
Oh,
the things that are out there. And she's like, I would never say anything, like we were cool when we left. So why would I go out there and like statements and do all things? Because I know people are saying like, oh, she's fumbling her bag, but for real though, why would she fumble her
yeah,
bag?
that makes no sense. What? Weird.
Oh God, we're in strange times with AI and all the things. So,
Right? Oh
so.
gosh.
Well, that's it, guys. We've wrapped it up for season 8, Love Island, until Love Island Games comes back. But thank you so much for being on here, Toma.
Thank you for having me as always. It's so fun to chat with you. I love it.
Thank you. Well, can you share with people where they can find you or check you out?
Yes, of course. You can find me mainly on TikTok and Threads, mostly on Serious Business, and then you can find me on Instagram at Tomaslian.
Okay, I will link it in the show notes, guys. If you have any questions, any thoughts at Taint Talks at any of your social media of choice, please give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and stay subscribed so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Until next time, guys, bye.